Welcome to Load, and here we have a ransomware attack that has been spreading again. It's called Helldown. Now, it's another exploit for ransomware, and it used to be on Windows systems last year. It is now expanding to Linux and VMware. This is another reason why patching your systems are important, because some of these systems that it's attacking aren't even patched. So while you could maybe harden against maybe some of these attacks, it is one of those things where if you don't have downtime or schedule it or have your firewall set up in a way to help block some of these things, and you're deciding not to patch, well, it's going to attack you, and it's killing VMs before the encryption. And so it's killing active VMs before the encryption is what it's doing now for the VMware side of things. And while there's, this Helldown has started in one area, Windows, went to Linux and VMware now, it is just another security flaw or attack that is evolving to be able to cause maximum damage or gain access to something where they want money for you to get back your stuff. And I think if you notice this as a company, the best thing you can do is probably shut down areas, right? If this is coming in, shut down areas, protect against more areas from being infected from this attack, and you're probably going to have to build that one area from the ground up. So make sure your backups are regular and that you have something there to come and go after or protect against it, right? Where you can build up quickly, right? And maybe that is a task that IT departments are going to have to just put in. Like, if we have an attack that we missed or is not patched yet, how fast can we bring back up a section of our network, our critical infrastructure? And I think that might be a important a thing to try out and just have some extra equipment that's what you do, and companies should actually invest in that, right? I've always said, right, these patches are only to harden against the attacks, not to prevent the attacks, right? Because the attack vector is going to change. And I'll get into it a little bit, but you have state actors and just cyber criminals that want to change up and do these different attacks. What happens if AI starts going in there? And the what if is not really like, hey, it might happen. I'm for sure it's going to happen. AI is going to be assisting these actors. They're going to use AI to help attack vectors, and this is where I think security firms, and even I've thought about this, just being able to create a AI that is, helps out a company, right? That goes through and looks at attack vectors, looks at things and tries to do an attack and says, hey, you need to be patching this. I mean, you start looking at everything that runs software, right? Even CPUs have their own microcode, right? And we've had CPU flaws before that need to be patched. So you start looking down this road and you're going, well, there's the firmware into a switch, right? All that has potential. You have CPU, cores. You have GPUs. We've seen security flaws on there. And then you have OSs, right? So not only the firmwares, then you have OSs. Then you have, software inside the OSs running. You have, VMware that's running VMs. The multitude of attack vectors is immense. And while securing down and doing security inside of a business is good, right? And trying to make sure that you don't have phishing attacks and stuff like that, fine. But I think one thing too is that you don't want to get to a point where all of a sudden you don't have any way to bring stuff back up because of where you're at. So get good at, having a backup plan so that you can restore that network when something does happen. We all hope that it doesn't happen, but it looks like where we are today, more and more attacks are happening. We have, this one that comes out, and it is something that will continue to happen unless you do have a backup plan that is good enough, and not only are you patching in the front end, but a restore plan that's good enough that if it is ransomware and they're asking for money and stuff like this on the attack because they got data, that you don't have to just pay them to restore it. You have the plan to restore it, so that the money is kind of shut off to these attackers, because in the end, that's what, there's money in these attacks, right? And that's why they're going after it. And this is just another reason why, I get questions. Why do we have to always patch? Why does, things always need to be patched? And while I agree with people that say Microsoft, we'll focus on Microsoft here, they keep on breaking things. I think one thing's important on top of that is that these these patches can help prevent and harden against these attacks. So you're a two-edged, sword here. One, I hope that Microsoft or these software companies and these firmware companies that release the software get better at testing, but also then the patching that needs to happen is just to prevent your company or your personal lives from being attacked from this attack vector. So with that, let me know your thoughts below on Helldown, and if you've been attacked. If you're a business and you're going through this, I'm sure some public companies that might have been attacked do not want to talk about this, and probably some private ones too. Get that out. But if you know of something, feel free to put us in the comments below and have that discussion. With that, thank you so much for watching Grow Everyone and helping this channel grow. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It really does help out the channel, and so does watching another one of my videos. And until next time, God bless.